In the aftermath of the 2024 election, America is even more divided than before. Half the country fears the end of democracy, and the other half welcomes it. As America inches toward the brink of authoritarian rule, now more than ever, we must force ourselves to have the necessary conversation.
Don't be doing that.
Haley, any way we could get you to
Can
center
I breathe?
that frame up a little bit? Uh-oh. Thank you. Okay. Welcome to the Necessary Conversation. I'm Chad Culture. With me is my sister, fellow lefty, and my two parents who are worshiping the orange one. Today, we're going to be talking about Trump's first 100 days in office and everything that happened this past week. Or not everything, but most of the big political things that we can get to. Some of the stuff we're going to have to leave out. We do begin our shows with my mom doing her ditties from time to time. These are kind of one-off news pieces, pop culture pieces that she likes to highlight each week. So, Mom, what do you got for us this week?
Yeah, ditty this, ditty that. Oh my God, let me find it. Oh, just tell everybody this was torture getting this all set up. Our camera.
We just spent about 20 minutes trying to figure out why the camera wasn't working. Okay. And also that you left on the little lens protector on that camera for the past, I don't know how many weeks. And when I'm editing the videos, I'm like, why does their video look so blurry? That's why.
Well, you're so smart. You should have told us that was the reason why. Okay?
Yeah, you produced this thing for God knows why. And you need to fly your ass here and make sure it works.
Take off the plastic cover on your webcam.
Yeah.
You should see our little studio. In fact, you do need to come home and set us up better. We have, let's see, we have two bar stools, we have one recliner, and we have one rolling chair for the computer. And all of this is hooked up, and my camera had fallen off up there, but okay, we're back.
I know we're kind of skirting around maybe something in June. Maybe I'll come back and I'll hook you guys up. We'll get you set up with a real little area to do this.
First of all, and we're getting a late start today because somebody had to fly somewhere. Tell us about that.
I had to go to DePaul University in Chicago this weekend to deliver a keynote presentation on The Bachelor as a sport. And I just got back 45 minutes ago.
Did you have fun?
Yeah, it was great. A lot of people from Game of Roses, another podcast I do, came out, showed up in their Chicago Clout merch, which was cool to see.
Was Chicago like busy and scary or what?
No.
I think Chicago's very scary town to me.
Oh, I had no fear. Oh, well.
Now, why are you laughing?
It's just a town. It's just a city.
City. Okay. Well, there's crime there too, and it's large.
I didn't see any of it.
City.
No, I was unaffected by
Okay, let's
crime.
get off this. Okay, my ditty was this. First, someone sent me this and brought it to my attention, and when this happened, it was like, I don't know, maybe 11 months ago. I saw it on TV. This was way before Trump was ever put into to being our president.
Yeah.
And I said to Dad on the TV, "Isn't that Mayorkas?" I said, "What is he doing in Panama in the jungle?" I was like, "Kitty, get down." Oh my God. I was like, I couldn't believe it. What's he doing in the jungle? So I get this clip that said he was in Panama's jungle. He was also in Colombia. He was also in Costa Rica. He was building what they call a safe building mobility office that were shelters for illegals. They would be brought there by our government to get their medical, to get anything they needed, food, to facilitate their trip to the United States and make it better for them.
Okay. Mom, just to let you know, about like half your face is getting cut off.
By the time,
nope, the other way.
By the time at the end of the Biden 4 years, it was $700 billion that our government paid out for these safe mobility offices.
Okay.
Since then, they've been shut down, of course. Ridiculous. We have people in America that need help. Why would we be doing that?
And Big Mike's worried now. He's losing control of his government.
Okay.
He's pissing and moaning about that already.
I asked him not to bring that up. Okay, that's my ditty.
Big Mike.
All right, fantastic, Diddy. Thank you. I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about. I'll have to look into this. We do begin our program very usually with a question from a listener. If you have a question, all you have to do is record it in a 1 minute or shorter video format and email it to the necessaryconversationpod@gmail.com. Are you all ready for today's question?
Yeah. Yes.
Mom? Where are you?
Yes, I had to give Kitty a piece of ice.
All right, here we go.
Kultgen family, this is Ula from Washington State. This is a question for mostly Bob, but all of you probably will have input, and I'm glad to hear it. Last week on the podcast, Bob, you said that Canada will become the 51st state. They will have no choice. They're going broke, and it's an inevitability. Canada is historically more liberal than the United States. For example, they were all set to have a conservative prime minister take over after Trudeau, but now, to fight against Trump, they all did a switcheroo and elected the Liberal Party. So, if Canada did become the 51st state, reason would state that if they became the 51st state, they would continue to vote liberally. So, how would that benefit the Republicans in this country? If they did become the 51st state and voted liberally, we could turn the country back to Democratic immediately. Thanks. Have a good day.
That's a good question.
You're assuming that the squeeze they're going to get put on them economically is going to keep everybody liberal. They're going to find out nothing's for free, and it's not going to be this liberal territory that you think it's going to be. By the time it gets done, it'll probably take a year or two. 90% of the people in your country, if you're from Canada, are going to be conservative because they don't have any food, they don't have anything. They're going to run short of everything they know.
I have two questions for you about that, Dad. One, how many electoral college votes do you think Canada gets? How many electoral college votes does Canada get as a state?
Well, it's based on population, so they'll probably get as many as Texas.
Well, they have a larger population than California, which has the most electoral college votes of any state.
That's what I'm saying. They'll probably be big like Texas and California. But you're also jumping on her bandwagon, assuming that in 4 years, they're still going to be liberal. They won't be.
Now, you're also saying that they're going to run out of everything. But the truth of the matter is right now, because of tariffs, America is starting to see a massive decrease in our harbors of ships coming in, container ships coming in to bring products. Canada is not. Canada is still free to trade with China and everybody else.
You guys don't know your ass from a hole in the ground. What you talk to me in 2 years and tell me where Canada is.
All right. That's your prediction. 2 years, Canada will be a Republican state of the United States.
Yes.
Okay. I'm writing that one down.
Write it
2
down.
years from today, you're saying?
Yeah. 2 years from today.
This is on 5/4/25. In 2 years, Canada will be a Republican state of the U.S. All right.
That's right.
Well, thank you for
all
the
these
question.
people that think we're getting less exports from Canada, we don't need them.
Okay. Fair enough.
They're irrelevant. Canada, for all you people that are liberal or from Canada, you're immaterial. You make no difference to anything.
But they literally just elected a new liberal leader.
Exactly. You know what?
So did Germany, and so did Australia.
They're scared that if they don't keep their liberal form and do become a 51st state, they're going to be worse off. What they don't get is, while they're waiting for this to happen, they're going to become worse off.
And you think that'll make people side with Trump?
You're darn right they'll change.
Okay. Well, there's your answer. Again, if you have any questions for us, send them to thenecessaryconversationpod@gmail.com in a 1 minute or shorter video format.
Bless you, God.
Damn,
what was
you're
that?
right.
Canada is nothing but a waste of skin.
Okay.
Quit it.
Oh my God.
God.
Let me ask you this, Dad. Are there any states in the United States that you think are wastes of skin?
Yeah, California.
California.
I'm a Californian. I'm a waste of skin?
You're a waste of skin for living there.
Tell you what,
Okay.
Canada
Thank
has
you,
the best.
Father.
Canada has the best candy bar I've ever eaten. It's called a Wonder Bar.
That's my favorite candy bar also.
Really?
I love it.
Are you
Absolutely love it,
serious?
Yeah,
like
I haven't
my
eaten a Wonder Bar in a
I
long time,
haven't
but
either
it's my favorite candy
because
bar.
I'm vegan now, but like back
Oh,
when
Yeah.
I
the
did.
one there. So it's the best candy bar you've ever had, and you've never eaten one.
Yes, I've eaten one.
No, I used to eat them all the time.
That right there sizes up my argument.
No, we both
We-
used to eat them. Now we don't, but they are our favorite candy bars.
Oh, okay.
My
Okay.
favorite hamburger is an In-N-Out Double Double. I haven't had one of
You
those in
flipped.
6 years.
You flipped on what you like.
Yeah.
Didn't even take 2 years.
I flipped on what I like.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Let's move on. Our first topic is the Orange One's first 100 days. During
By
President
the
Trump's
way, from
Yeah.
now on, when you take callers or these listeners, make sure that they are Americans, because I'm not going to talk to Canadians.
Okay.
didn't she say she was from Washington?
She's from
Huh?
Washington State.
That's why I talk to them.
Washington
Okay,
State.
I see. You're just making sure that in the future. I see. All right.
That's right.
During Trump's first 100 days, he has signed,
They're
these are just some
immaterial.
numbers that I wanted to go down for his first 100 days. He has signed 143 executive orders, more than any president in history in the first 100 days. He has withdrawn the U.S. from the World Health Organization and the Paris Climate Agreement. He has rolled back diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives in federal agencies and the military. He has given Elon Musk.
God.
What's going on over there?
Kitty almost fell off the couch. Jesus
She did, she
Christ.
dropped her
He's
eyes.
given Elon Musk access to several government databases containing sensitive information about all Americans. The stock market has been rocked. S&P 500 fell 8%. Dow Jones is down 3,000 points. Mid-cap and small-cap indices dropped 11 and 13% respectively. This is the worst 100-day start for the stock market since President Nixon's era, all due to Trump's tariffs, which have produced zero trade deals with any of the countries he has targeted.
We have
He has-
$5 trillion coming in the
Let
board.
him talk.
He has failed to end the war in Ukraine as
So
he
what
promised he
your-
would be able to
yours-
do.
Your news
has-
is wrong.
He has failed to end the war in Ukraine as he promised he would be able to do in one day. He has failed to end the war in Gaza, which he promised to do during his campaign. He has already implemented roughly 2/3 of the agenda outlined in Project 2025, which you guys said he was not aligned with. The one area in which he has kept his promise is immigration and the border. ICE has arrested over 66,000 illegal aliens and removed approximately 65,000 individuals in the first 100 days. Illegal border encounters decreased by 95%, and the number of gotaways dropped by 99%. But this issue doesn't seem to mean much to Americans, as his first 100 days approval rating is at 40%, the lowest of any president since polling began, beating his
Not true.
own record for his first 100 days of his first term, which was 42% approval rating, the lowest number ever recorded until now. Where's Mom?
I'm right here. I can hear you. I have to hold her so she doesn't flip off the couch.
All right, but we need to see you as well. That's how the
I'm
video
coming.
element of this works.
She's older.
Oh, God. All right. The question is, Dad,
Well,
do you
we're
think,
stuck with her.
Dad, do you think Trump's first 100 days have been successful?
Absolutely fantastic.
You see nothing wrong with any of these numbers that I just read?
Well, 90% of the statistics you just shot off are total bullshit. His approval
ones?
rating is 45%. The
That's not true.
Democratic approval is 42%, and the independents is 12%. And his approval rating is now higher than it was when he took office.
Okay. I don't know where you're getting your stats from. All of this stuff is sourced from...
Actually, the 45, 42, and 12%, I
Yeah.
got from CNN News.
Okay. Well, we can dispute that. Let's leave that off the table then. Agree to disagree on that one, and we won't bring that up. How about the stock market? It is the worst 100-day period, first 100 days of a presidency in the history
Yeah,
of
and
the
it
stock
should
market.
be.
Why?
The stock market was overinflated because of the spending from Joe Biden.
It had too much money in it.
That's correct.
It was doing too good.
It was making money that didn't exist.
What?
It was
Well,
all
no money exists.
paper.
All money is fake.
It's all paper.
No, it's actually not paper anymore. It's just numbers and computers. Money
Yeah,
has
right.
never been real. It's proxy.
It isn't real.
Okay, Mom, do you
It
think...
never was real.
Well, it used to be real when we bartered with like gold nuggets and shit,
Oh,
but
Jesus.
those days are behind us.
There's no arguing facts with you.
we're talking about this right now. You don't deny
No, we're not.
that
No,
this
we're
is the
not.
worst.
No, we're not. No, he's talking to you.
No, hang on a minute, Dad. You're not denying that this is the worst first 100 days of a presidency for the stock market that has ever happened, right?
Well, what are you talking about the worst 100 days? Is it total amount dropped or the total percentage dropped?
It is all the numbers that I just read to you. Do you agree with these numbers?
No.
Okay. I didn't even say them. All right. Well, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, if we disagree on what these numbers are, which have been widely reported across dozens of news outlets. Okay. Mom, let me ask you, do you think Donald Trump's first 100 days have been successful?
100%. I can't wait to see the next 3.5 years. I pulled some things off of another page called the whitehouse.gov page in regard to...
Half of your face once again is out of the view of anyone watching this.
Oh my God. In regard to like businesses and development in the United States now, Kimberly Clark announced $2 billion of investments in the U.S. Into new manufacturing sites that will create 900 new jobs.
There's $5 trillion.
The economy added 177,000 new jobs in April, according to the latest jobs report. He has closed our border, which was number one that he said he would do. We live now in a safer America because of it. He is doing the raids to get the people out, and I know we're going to talk about that later. You have that down. Walmart has expanded its support for American-made products. IBM announced $150 billion investment over the next 5 years in U.S.-based growth and manufacturing operations. Corning announced expansions in Michigan manufacturing facilities of $1.5 billion. Were you hearing numbers like this when Biden was president? No.
Jobs increase and stuff, of course, and you were hearing stock markets going up.
He was selling us out to China.
All right. I'm not saying that some of these things Trump is doing, or at least things that have happened in these first 100 days, are in line with what he promised. All that border stuff, you're correct. Everything is, all the illegal immigrations, the encounters, all those numbers I read. Do you agree with those numbers, Dad?
No.
You don't agree? Illegal border encounters decreased by 95%, and the number of gotaways dropped by 99%. You don't agree with that?
Stand near 100%.
No.
That's literally what I just said.
Yes. What Chad said is correct. What Chad said is correct.
Those are two different things. Illegal border encounters are down by 95%.
Yes.
And gotaways, which are, I believe, illegal border encounters where the people run away and they don't get caught, those are down 99%.
Did you happen, Chad and Haley, to see the cabinet meeting that Trump televises now every cabinet meeting? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't even want to say his name. He did not. When his wife was in charge of him, sitting there were pictures, but they would never televise them.
Your
Okay.
face is
So
half off the screen. Always. I don't know why you continue to do this.
Well, we're having a little difficulty with the camera. You know this. Oh, dear God. He's starting to move it. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Okay.
Okay, that's good. Stop. Okay, that's good.
So,
thank you.
Let me get my glasses off. In regard to the cabinet meeting.
Yeah.
When he went around to everyone talking, did you see any of it? Let's start that way. No.
I didn't have time to watch
it.
When he came to RJK, all right?
Yeah.
He talked about several things, and then he said, we have stopped I didn't have enough time to get all the right words. More or less, the trafficking of children. Do you remember me saying, where are these 300,000 kids? Where did they go? They lost them across the border. Now, the borders we know who that was. She needs to effing go to jail because it was for real. Okay. He has stopped it. He stopped it. The individuals in charge.
With you. His border numbers are really good.
Yes,
I think some of the methods that he's using to deport people and stuff are terrible, and some are illegal.
You guys,
we'll get to that.
You just get off your high horse and give it another couple of months, and all these things you think are bad, you're going to be backtracking.
You guys laughed at me when I said they were trafficking little kids for sex and all that. You're like, 300,000. He on national TV said, we have found it. We have stopped it. And guess what? People are going to go to prison. I can't wait.
We found it and we've stopped it. Him saying it is just a lie, though. I mean, we don't.
Oh, okay. That's your opinion.
In many cases, he
Why
offers
would he
no
say
evidence.
that on national TV?
Why
Why
did
would he do
Caroline
that?
Leavitt this week, the press secretary, is out in front of everybody and she gets asked a point blank question. What's up with the economy? How is this going to change? How is this going to stop? Is it going to reverse? And she just says, you just have to trust the president.
That's right.
Now we're getting into like cult territory. Trust our
Yeah.
dear leader. We don't
And
have
you're
a
trying
plan.
to tell
We can
me
offer no
that
numbers.
Joe Biden's pygmy was better?
Huh?
She would just don't
You
call her
guys,
that.
we're
She
talking
would
about
just never,
Donald Trump, and in
Why?
this case, Caroline Leavitt, because he's the
Why?
president. She's
That's
his
versus,
press secretary.
that's versus Joe Biden and the pygmy.
No, it's not versus anybody.
Yeah,
It's looking at what Donald Trump is doing right now in office. I'm not comparing it to Biden. I'm not comparing it to Obama. I'm saying, is he doing a good job or not?
yes, he is.
Okay.
You know what? You're just like Big Mike. You're getting nervous.
We're very happy.
He's losing control of the country. He
Who
no
is?
longer runs
Trump?
the show.
Don't listen to him. Go on.
Big Mike no longer runs the show.
Okay. I told him not even
I'm
to bring
highly
this up.
confused.
He's
All right,
crazy
let's
talk.
move on to our next topic.
Yes.
The ABC interview. This week, Trump sat down with ABC News' Terry Moran for an interview about his first 100 days. In the interview, they discussed tariffs and the economy, deportations and immigration, the Ukraine conflict, and Kilmar Abrigo Garcia. That part of the conversation revealed that Donald Trump believed a photoshopped image of tattoos on Garcia's knuckles to be real, despite the fact they're very clearly photoshopped. I want to play this clip so that we know that we are not taking anything out of context here, that this is what Donald Trump said. And I just want us to see that he is saying here, he thinks it's real. We're going to take a look at this clip now. Are you ready?
I do too.
Here we go.
He wasn't a member of a gang. And then they looked, and on his knuckles, he had MS-13.
There's a dispute
Well,
over
wait a minute. He had MS-13 on his knuckles tattooed.
Oh, he had some tattoos that are interpreted that way. But let's move on.
Wait a minute. Hey, Terry.
Let's check. Let's
He
move on.
did not have the
Don't do that.
letter M
Yeah,
as
that's what
one.
I
It says MS-13.
That was Photoshop.
You tell
so
me
let
I'm
me-
That
wrong.
was
Let's move
Photoshop.
on.
Terry, you
He
can't
had-
do that. Hey, they're giving you the big break of a lifetime. You know, you're doing the interview. I picked you because, frankly, I never heard of you, but that's okay. But I picked you, Terry. Hey, but you're not being very nice. He had MS-13 tattooed.
We'll agree to disagree. I want to move on to something else.
Terry, do you want me to show you the picture?
I saw the picture. We'll
And you think
agree
it
to
was
disagree.
Photoshop?
And it's a lie.
Here we go.
Don't Photoshop it. Go look at his hand. He
Fair
had
enough.
MS-13.
He did have tattoos that can be interpreted that way. I'm not an expert on them. I want to turn to Ukraine,
No,
sir.
Terry,
I want to get to
Terry,
Ukraine.
No.
Beat up his wife.
No. He had MS, as clear as you can be, not interpreted.
Okay. Not interpreted, Donald Trump says there. He had MS-13, clear as day. Now, here's a close-up of this picture. Okay. Mom and Dad, we are looking at this picture right now. Do you believe that letter M, that letter S, the number 1 and the number 3 are actually tattooed on his knuckles?
Yeah, they're newer.
Yes.
I don't
the
even
one
know
at the
how
top?
to.
No, the other tattoos are,
Okay.
yes.
Do you
Those
see-
are
you
gang
can't really
related.
see it in this picture, but under each of those things are words written out: marijuana, smile, cross, and skull.
And
Do you
those
think
are
those
all
little
related with
words?
gangs, yes.
Hang on. Do you think those little words are actually tattooed on his knuckles?
No,
Yeah.
no,
They're all old.
not the words, but those symbols are, and those symbols represent
Not-
gang.
I'm not talking about the symbols. I'm talking about the letter M,
No.
the
I
letter
can't hardly
S.
see him.
No, he's talking about their photoshopped what they mean.
Yeah, I
No.
know what he's talking about.
No. Guess what? He's a gangbanger. Guess what? He beat
Hang
up
on.
his wife.
No.
Guess what?
Stop it. Donald
it.
Trump says that M, that S, that 1, that 3 are there on his hand. You just watched a clip of Donald Trump saying,
Well, it's clear it's there on his hand.
so Dad, you think that is tattooed on his hand?
Don't have any idea. Don't give a shit. He's a gangbanger.
Mom, you think the MS and the 1, 3 are not there?
No. But
Okay,
the
so-
symbols are there.
Yes. The marijuana leaf, the
Jesus.
smile with the X's on the eyes, the cross,
Yes.
and the skull. Those are tattoos on his hand.
Yes.
They do not represent MS-13 by any stretch of the imagination. I've read a ton of stuff about this, that those are not tattoos associated with MS-13
they
in any
represent?
capacity.
What do they represent?
Marijuana, a smile, a cross, and a skull. That's what they represent.
Not
Well-
that he's in a gang of any kind.
Why would he put those
I don't know
on
if he
his
is or
knuckles?
not. What's that?
Why would he tattoo that on his knuckles?
Because he likes to smoke weed, and he probably is Christian, and he likes the Nirvana smiley face.
Why is that
guess-
funny? Why is that funny?
Haley, do
Because he's
you have
about
tattoos
as
on your knuckles?
Christian
I have tattoos all over my knuckles.
Yeah, and you're about as Christian as he is.
He
You're an
has a
atheist.
cross on his finger because
Yeah.
he is Christian.
No, he's not.
No.
That's a crock
Let me
of
ask you
shit.
this.
Christians don't beat their wives up twice.
Christians rape children.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
God.
Well,
What?
we'll get to, we have something we're going to talk about a little bit
Yeah,
later
you
with
ought to
regard to
know
Christianity.
Joe Biden rapes children. He's Christian.
He's Catholic. Let me ask you this about this tattoo. You saw that clip of Donald Trump. Dad, you can't make any determination as to whether the letters and the numbers are real tattoos or not. You don't know.
And I don't
you-
care.
Okay, but you don't know.
I don't care.
You're unable to look at that
The
picture.
guy
see that
is
it's
a
fake.
fucking
You're
gangbanger.
Please don't.
Okay.
yell. He's gonna-
Do you
He
think
needs
Donald
to go
Trump...
to prison.
All right, Dad, do you think Donald Trump thinks those letters and numbers are real tattoos?
I don't think he knows or gives a shit either.
He
Well,
clearly
there's
does
enough
give a
other-
shit.
Hey, there's enough other evidence against this son of a bitch that he needs
That's
to go to
not
prison.
what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a very specific thing.
Well, that's
It is
what
the
I'm
ability
talking
to
about.
look at that image and figure out if it's real or not. Donald Trump cannot do that. He
It's as real
believes
as
those
that
letters
needs
and
to
numbers are
be.
real.
It's as real as it needs to
You
be.
know what, Chad? It's all. What if it is AI on everything? What if everything is?
It's
You've
not
always said that.
AI. This is no. Listen,
It's
you're
clearly
making
an
it sound like
overlay. Like somebody
Yes.
photoshopped they went in with like fucking Roman.
Oh, clearly, because you're an
and they're not
expert on
trying to make
overlays.
it look real. They're
Just like-
the letters are on there to illustrate
Right,
the
what
idea that it
those
represents MS-13.
You're
They're not
beating
even
a
trying to
dead
make it
horse.
look like a real tattoo.
All
Huh?
this shit you're bringing up doesn't fucking matter to me and your mother. He's a fucking gangbanger. He needs to be deported, and that's the end of the story.
But does it
from
not
our
matter
side
to
of the
you?
coin.
Okay.
Okay,
We're not going to
take
sit
away.
here. We're
Hang
not
on.
going to sit here and play left-wing politics.
So this
This
is
isn't
just
left-wing
like
politics.
The margaritas that were never on the table.
Hang
right?
on a minute. Take away the fact that
I
it's a
don't need to
gangbanger.
take away anything.
Please don't yell.
Just
Those numbers are on
listen.
his wrist.
They don't care.
So you think they are there?
they don't care about factual information? They don't
That's
care.
correct.
But it's
Because
right
you
in
don't
front of
either,
your
young
eyes.
lady.
Stop. Please.
Okay, let's move on to the next topic. That is
Please.
mind-blowing to me. You know what? Let's do this one as our third one. And then we'll get to, I'm going to reorder some stuff. This week,
Because it fits his game plan.
well, this is about images and things of that nature too.
Oh.
Thematically, I think it fits where we're talking.
This is not going well. No shit.
Did you guys catch? Did you catch his May the
Okay.
4th AI generated image today? Did you catch that one?
What was it?
What?
On White House Official, it's Donald Trump with like Arnold Schwarzenegger's body with a red lightsaber talking about May the 4th be with you.
I didn't see
I
that
got
one.
one on my
You
phone.
haven't
But
seen that
hang
yet?
Hang on. We're going to talk about another one right now. This week, Trump posted an AI generated image of himself as the Pope to his personal Instagram account, his Twitter account, the official White House Twitter and Instagram accounts. I'm going to show you the image now. Are you ready?
God damn it. Yes.
Now, you are Catholic, Mom and Dad. Yes?
Yeah.
Do you find this offensive in any way?
No,
Why not?
because Pope Francis was a joke.
Number one, Trump's not Catholic. This is a joke. It's a meme,
Yeah.
whatever. It
Okay.
does not offend me in any way.
A joke right after the Pope died.
Yeah, the
You
Pope
think
is
that's
Yeah,
dead.
the Pope that we
Come on.
think he was a loser.
Did
Oh
you
my
look at the
God.
comments on
No.
Instagram?
No.
Here, I'll go to this and read some.
Well,
of
who
these for you.
cares? They're
I
not
mean-
our comments. Why are you asking?
The
them?
Because they
Catholic
are people who
Church
voted for
cares.
Trump.
No,
Oh
it
God, there's
doesn't.
that Schwarzenegger one.
Catholic
That's
Church doesn't
wild.
care.
Here's some. I don't see how this is funny, inappropriate, insensitive, disrespectful. You can't be serious with this. From the actual White House, RIP America. I regret voting for you. I'm sorry I voted for you. I'm a Catholic. I voted for you. Never again. So you're
Good.
seeing that people are not happy about this. Where's Mom?
Right here.
You have to stay in the image, Mom. You have to stay in that chair.
Well, it's kind of hard with our dog.
Okay. Well, I want to show you a picture right now. And tell me what you think of this one. Are you ready?
Yep.
What do you think?
Funny, whatever.
You like it just as much as Trump's?
Just as much as I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
All right. This was Obama as the Pope that I did myself. Thank you very much. Well, all right. I thought you would have as Catholics. I guess you're just bad Catholics.
The
Nice.
Catholic
And you're
Church
bad
itself,
atheist.
like
And you're
part
bad
of the-
atheist, so get on with it.
I'm not an
You're
atheist.
not taking this shit tonight, Chad.
What
Not
shit?
in the mood.
I'm.
Don't call me
My
a bad
mind is
Catholic. You know
blown.
what? Religion is a personal choice.
not
it's
in
a
the United
personal
States
belief.
anymore. It's all
Whether
one
I am
nation under
whether
fucking
I am
God.
a Mormon, whether I am Catholic, whatever I am is my choice.
Yeah.
You don't believe in anything.
But hang on.
You don't
guys-
believe in
you
choice.
can-
Neither one of you believe in anything.
I believe in all kinds
I'm
of things.
agnostic. I do. I just don't know what.
I want to ask you both a question about this
In other
picture of
words,
the
you don't
Pope.
believe in anything.
I
Do
don't
you
believe
think-
in your Christian
Let him ask
God.
the question.
Okay, here's my question. Dad, do you think that picture of Donald Trump as the Pope offended Catholics?
The only Catholics that's going to offend are ones who are totally not with it, knowing what's going on.
No,
I
it's
have
Catholics
a very
who
good
are.
friend.
I don't
Without.
think any legitimate, really deeply Catholic religious person is going to give a rat's ass.
I have a very
In fact, I will bet you money that more Catholics are offended by Pope Francis than they were Donald Trump.
I have a very, very good friend that is very
I'm totally
very,
offended by Pope Francis. Totally offended.
But that's
by him.
because you guys aren't Catholic.
No, it's because he is so woke. He's not even Catholic.
All right.
He's
Mom,
the most
Mom-
un-Catholic Pope we've ever had.
All right, Mom was going to say something.
trying. I have a very, very good friend that is like the most religious person I've ever known. I mean, really. She is Catholic. I asked her about that picture just probably 2 hours ago with Pope, with Trump in that picture as the Pope.
Pope Trump?
She said, it's AI. It means nothing to me.
So
And about the Pope that just died,
Yeah.
I
We hate
said,
him.
you haven't talked much about that. Why haven't you talked to me about him dying? She said, he was not my cup of tea. There you go.
But more
That's-
people think Francis is a joke than they'll ever say about.
That's kind of
But-
what
Trump.
your dad was saying and spewing
Right.
guts
I understand
out.
that.
She said the same thing.
What I'm getting at, though, is Trump is a world leader, and no other world leader is tweeting out an AI image of themselves as the Pope. It
Doesn't
is
matter.
offensive to the idea of the Pope, to the
It
idea
does-
of
you know
Catholicism.
why?
It's
Most
just
of the
fucking
leaders in the
disgraceful.
world are chicken shits.
it's a disgrace.
No, it's not.
It is a
right.
fucking joke. People
We
they
have-
fucking hate Donald Trump
Pope
around
Pope Francis is a fucking joke.
Okay, stop
All
it.
right, we've heated up. Let's simmer down a little bit. I thought it would be fun to ask us this question. If each one of us can go around, Haley, maybe you can start. I want to know a moment in your life when you had some kind of big success and you felt like, I've finally achieved something. Maybe it was a goal you're working on, a professional goal, a life goal, whatever it might have been. What is a moment like that for you?
We paid back our enormous business loan within a year and a half of opening, which is something that like nobody does in a small business.
Yeah.
That
that's
was
fantastic.
a big fucking deal because you either sink or swim. Like we were going to go bankrupt or like had to succeed.
Mhm.
So we paid it all back within a year and a half. Since then, like everybody that works for me, their salary has almost doubled. So like I'm able now to pay people a livable wage. I, because, as a small business owner, like you can't pay people jack shit in the beginning because you don't have any money.
Yeah.
So the goal as a business owner, I think if you're a good one, should be to hang on to all of your employees and pay them a fucking livable wage. Get to a point where you can offer fucking insurance and paid time off and all of these things. So I think I'm almost 7 years in and like all of that has come to fruition. So yeah, paying that loan back was a big deal. And then also like the first time I was on TV, I was on Food Network. What?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right. Dad, what do you got?
I don't know, probably when I made my first $1 million.
You remember that exact second?
I remember the exact trade.
What was it?
Huh?
What was it?
Natural gas.
But what was the trade? How did it move? What was the deal?
I was long and it went up like 50 cents in a day.
Nice.
I'm coming.
Mom, what's yours?
I'm coming. God, she's having trouble breathing. Okay. Now the question was my greatest what?
Just like a moment where you had like a big achievement, a big success in your life, and you were like, "Oh shit, I really did something good here."
Squirting out 2 babies.
Okay.
But then I know you're going to say, no, you can't use that, which I thought you would say, which you didn't. Then my other one would be, I was in the 6th grade and I was in the 6th grade and there was a community, like a track meet at the high school where all the elementary schools had to go. Nobody from my family came to watch me. Not a single one.
Mm-hmm.
I long jumped. Never knew how to long jump. Watched the girls go in front of me. I won that sucker. I jumped like 11 foot 6 inches, and I effing won the event.
Didn't you win like some national, like collegiate national titles, like as a tennis player?
Yes, that didn't mean.
But the long jump in 6th grade.
Yes, I still have my ribbon. I can remember like it was about 6, 7 at night. It was starting to get dark. Nobody was there to watch me from my family. I was like, fuck it, I'm going to win this bitch. And I won it.
Huh.
Nice.
Took my blue ribbon, walked all the way home. Nobody gave a shit but me.
Interesting.
Okay.
For me, it was probably selling my first big movie or getting a TV show picked up. Those 2 moments both are like pretty burned into my brain.
What movie was that?
Dan Minter, Badass for Hire, never made, just rotting at the bottom of a desk somewhere in the New Line building. But it sold for a lot of money, and it was like all in the trades and shit. And it was like, fuck, this is crazy. And there were huge names. The Rock was attached to be the guy in it and all this. And I was like, this is going to be insane. And then, nope, fuck it, never made.
And that was also, weren't you were supposed to be paid $500,000 too after it got made?
Yeah,
or
which
there was
obviously
something like
never happened. Yeah, the money up front, you're always like, oh my God, this is crazy. Then they never make it. And you're like, so I just never get that money? I guess that's how that works.
What about your first book being published?
Yeah, that was cool. Having my first book in a bookstore was cool. Yeah, there have been a couple of things like that.
Bad Judge?
Yeah, when I got that call that Bad Judge was going to get picked up, they're ordering 13 episodes. NBC is going to air it. That was a pretty cool moment. For sure. And then everything that happens after it is always in Hollywood just a terrible fucking experience where they destroy the thing and it turns into a pile of shit and then they cancel it anyway.
And then the time you were in Burt Wonderstone and you said you couldn't put me in the movie for sure, but you made it.
As an extra.
You had no control of who went in the movies.
Correct. I also had to go to credit arbitration for a movie I wrote and created and got no credit on the movie. Got busted down to a shared story by credit because the Writers Guild is what it is.
Don't push that off to the side. You promised me I'd be in one of your movies, and now it's fast and fleeting because I'm getting too old.
No, me and Amy are trying to put this movie together. If we direct this movie, you will be in the movie.
Hey, I want to be in the movie.
No, I am first.
I want a part. I'll be an extra. I don't care. I want to be in the movie.
I'm no extra. It's to the point in my life I got to be in it. I have to have lines.
I like serve some coffee or something to somebody at a Starbucks.
Well, I'm not writing a character for you in it.
Oh, of course not. I can't even let you be in it.
Is it a comedy? Is it a comedy?
Yes, it's a comedy.
Just have mom walk a dog on the street and do, have a little part of mom walking a dog.
We can have you bring a dog into there is a dog grooming thing in the movie. We'll have you bring a dog into the dog grooming.
Can I speak? Can I have speaking words?
Sure.
Okay, I'm in.
All right. Let's move on to our next topic. The executive branch this week saw the opening of Trump's latest grifter scam in a Trump-owned club called the Executive Branch, an exclusive invitation-only private club in D.C. co-founded by Donald Trump Jr. that boasts a hefty $500,000 membership fee and aims to give special access to Donald Trump himself for those rich enough to afford it. The club's opening event coincided with the White House Correspondents' Dinner weekend, attracting several high-profile attendees, including Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Attorney General Pam Bondi, Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard, and SEC Chairman Paul Atkins. Mom's gone again.
I'm right here. I can hear you.
But we need to see you. That's how the video works.
Okay. The problem is Kitty cannot breathe again tonight.
Uh-huh. Can you hold her in the chair?
I'll try for a little bit.
Thank you. Dad, do you think anyone should be able to pay $500,000 to have unfettered access to the president?
Yes.
No matter who they are, or only
No
Republicans?
matter who they are.
Interesting. So you think Democrats should be allowed in this club?
Sure.
But they're not.
They don't check their money out.
They don't what?
They don't get their money out. Where's the 500,000?
You don't think Nancy Pelosi has $500,000?
Chip it.
Huh?
You don't think Nancy Pelosi has $500,000?
Not that she wants to give to Donald Trump.
Right. But Mom, do you think that people should be able to basically just pay money to the president to get influence and favor with him?
Well, hell,
It's not influence.
I think all they have to be is Americans, which they weren't with Joe Biden's case.
There's
He
nothing.
sold it off for millions to the Chinese.
There's nothing different than being in a country club. If you have the money to be in a country club, you
This
pay
is
the
the
money, you become the member, you have your membership, and you do whatever you
This
want.
is the leader of the free fucking world,
So
not a
and
country
also-
club.
Yeah, it's
made his
Trump's
own club.
club. It's Donald Trump is making the money.
By the way, I thought you said the partner was Donald Trump Jr.
Yes, their whole family.
No,
I don't see anything
wrong
wrong with it.
again.
I don't see anything wrong with it.
again.
So if Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden, would have
Oh,
opened
he
up a
didn't
club.
sell out to the Chinese.
What?
I told you it only matters if they sell to Americans. If they sell it to foreigners, it's illegal and it's improper. And Joe Biden's son sold it to foreigners.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. So when Saudi Arabian princes and kings are going into this club, you will, at that moment, hate Donald
We'll
Trump.
see.
You will denounce this club. What will you say?
I'll say his son did wrong.
But you understand Donald Trump is going to be in the club. What you're paying $500,000
Doesn't
for is to
matter.
go talk to Donald Trump.
Doesn't matter.
Maybe
Mom,
we should
you don't care
try
about
it.
this either.
Maybe we should try it. Come on, Chad, cough it up.
You don't see a problem with this?
No.
No.
Okay. Moving on. Our next topic is Trump loses to the judicial branch. This week, a federal judge permanently blocked Donald Trump's executive order targeting the law firm Perkins Coie, ruling it unconstitutional. In March, Trump issued Executive Order 14230, which aimed to penalize Perkins Coie for its past representation of Hillary Clinton's 2016 presidential campaign and its involvement in commissioning the Steele dossier. The order sought to suspend the firm's security clearances, restrict its access to federal buildings, and terminate its government contracts. In response, Perkins Coie filed a lawsuit challenging the order, arguing that it was a retaliatory act infringing upon constitutional protections. On May 2nd, U.S. District Judge Beryl Howell ruled in favor of the firm, stating that the executive order violated the Constitution. This ruling marks the first permanent judicial block against one of Trump's executive orders targeting law firms. It underscores the judiciary's role in upholding constitutional rights and the independence of the legal profession. Dad, do you still think Trump is the law?
Absolutely.
In this case, he's not.
He's the law.
A judge just said, no, you're not. And your executive order is
And
blocked
we'll
forever.
see who wins. We'll see who wins, Trump or the judge.
It's already won.
No, it isn't.
The judge blocked the executive order forever. He is
That's
lost
too
on that.
bad. It won't be blocked.
No, I don't think you understand. It's blocked forever now.
Yes.
No,
There's
it's
no appeal of it. There's nothing
Yes.
that can be done.
I don't think he was listening. I don't think
What?
he was listening.
It's going to be fine. Just relax.
I don't want to answer this one. It's too
Trump
much.
is the law.
My brain's fried.
Now,
That
this is
judge
how you guys have
didn't-
these conversations. You just fucking, oh, I'm crazy now. I can't keep talking. What's going on over there?
Kitty.
We have to do these in the morning, I guess.
Yes.
Okay. Are you checking out? What's going on?
No. Go on to the next question. That one wasn't a good one.
Because Trump lost.
I don't even know. No.
I mean, thank God, though.
He'll appeal
Yeah.
it.
There's no appeal.
That's saying
This
you
is the
can't
end of
appeal.
it. This judge has permanently blocked that executive order forever, ruling it unconstitutional. It is
And all
gone.
he has to do is send out another one.
Okay. Haley, let me ask you, maybe you're up for conversation here. Do you think this is a good sign that the judiciary branch
Yeah.
of our government is holding fast? The judges are
Yeah.
sticking together, it seems like.
Yeah,
Good Lord.
I think
She
I mean,
was-
it's gonna have to be a fucking consensus. They're all gonna have to band together, because if there's a hole in it, we're all fucking done, and I think they know it. So yeah, I think this is a great sign.
Yeah.
Why though? The Supreme Court has ordered him to bring back Kilmar Abrigo Garcia. Why is that not
Yeah.
happening? When is that happening? That shit scares
depends
me.
on, yeah, who do you ask? Sometimes Trump says, I don't have the power to do it.
He
But then in
doesn't.
that ABC
That's
interview,
an
he was like, I
international
could do it
thing.
right
We've
now.
talked about this.
No.
That is an international thing going on. We've talked about this.
Did you watch
he
the
is
ABC
not a
interview?
citizen. Why do you want him back, Haley, in the United States? He's not a citizen.
A
He's
judge wants him
illegal.
back.
He's
It doesn't
punched
matter
his
what we
wife
want.
twice.
A judge has ordered it. Mom, hang on a minute. A judge has
Hang on.
ordered that.
So according to you, whatever a judge says is the law.
Yes.
Not according to me. According to the Constitution of the United States of America.
Don't argue.
All he's got to do is set out another executive order.
Okay.
And Trump said in that ABC interview that he did have the power to make a phone call and get Abrigo Garcia back here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he doesn't want to because he's a crook.
Let me ask you this, Haley. Do you think Trump is going to go after this judge who blocked
Didn't
his
we already
executive order
cover
in
this
somewhere?
ground?
No, stop it.
The Garcia, yeah, we
I don't know. I think he might tuck his tail between his legs and run away and try to avoid it. No, because if you've lost once, he's a fucking coward, bottom line. But no, I think he's just gonna, whimper away.
Who is
Because
it?
he knows he can't. He knows he can't.
Trump.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Trump's
Oh
the
my
guy.
I
God.
think the one thing that he did not count on, I think, was the judicial branch just being like, hard no, motherfucker. We
Yeah.
still control the legal arena in America. You cannot do this. They're rebuking him basically at every turn, which I agree gives me a lot of hope because Congress has rolled over. They are completely worthless in this. Every Republican is just doing whatever the fuck he wants, basically. But these judges, even on the Supreme Court, hang on a minute, Mom and Dad, when we're having these conversations and like Haley and I are talking to each other, you guys then start talking to yourselves. Why do you do that?
Because
I did
the only
not.
time I can talk without you interrupting me.
I don't interrupt you. You're the one who interrupts everybody. You talked over Mom 3 times when she was she got like 2 words of a sentence out and you just steamrolled her 3 times in a row.
That's not true.
That is true.
It's on camera. It's in this episode.
That
you ever
is
watch these
true.
episodes?
3 times in a row.
You did.
Yes, it was literally 3 times in a row.
3 times in a row.
We need to take turns.
All right, I guess we're moving on. The next topic is Amazon. This week,
Last
news
one.
broke that Amazon intended to show how much of a product's price was attributable to tariffs, particularly those imposed by Trump on Chinese imports. The report suggested that this information would be displayed alongside product prices on Amazon's platform. Caroline Levitt labeled this a hostile and political act, and Trump then called Jeff Bezos and bullied him into submission, forcing Bezos to revoke the plan. Mom, would you have liked to have seen on Amazon how much the prices are being affected by these tariffs? Would you have liked to seen that number?
I probably would have liked to have seen it.
Yeah.
Me too.
I don't think it would have been that bad. I really don't. And
Right.
It is.
I totally believe right now we have to get through these tariffs. Everybody's going to have to pay a little bit more, but in the end, it's going to be better. It really will be better. But people are bitching and they won't give it a shot. They won't give it a chance.
Because
Well,
it's avoidable. Because it never had to happen.
So just keep screwing the United States over and over and over again. Donald Trump is the only one that has the balls
How
to
in
stand
the
up to these
fuck?
other countries, including China,
Yeah.
to say,
How
hey,
are all these tariffs helping us? How does that help us?
They will in a couple years or
They're
a
already,
year.
they're
So in
already
a couple
turning
of
shit
years,
back from
all of
China.
the people who are having to fucking cover
Oh,
these
God.
tariffs, us,
I shouldn't have said
in a
couple
couple
years.
of years, people will be fucking
Doesn't have
destitute.
a clue about anything.
I shouldn't have said a couple years. It will come across better
You know
sooner.
how you guys have money so you can go to the grocery store and buy whatever in the fuck you want? It doesn't matter. Shit could
No,
go
it
up by
does
10
matter,
fucking
Haley.
shit could go up by $10 each and you could still buy everything that you wanted and needed.
No,
There are people
no.
who can't do that.
We cannot do that. So quit telling people we can do that. That
You
really
absolutely
ticks me
could.
off.
The tariffs
I
won't
have to
affect
wait
you.
to buy extras. We budget our money just like everybody else. We have to wait to buy things that we want and need.
You guys are not like the majority of Americans. That is a lie.
Okay, number one, we budget. We get
You
what
don't-
we want, but
You guys
What?
have more money and security than the average American.
but we've worked pretty hard to get it, and we're pretty old. By the time you get old, you should have some of that stuff.
Not
I'm
everyone
not better
has.
than anybody else. Your dad has budgeted us the correct way. He's reinvested. We have saved. We have worked our butts off, Haley. There was a time in our life we didn't have enough money for diapers or milk. I tell
Now,
this story
so
all the
let me
time.
so let me ask you:
And it was
do you
Chad's
want
butt.
to see other people have to struggle like that?
Yeah.
No.
Why?
Dad, you do want to see people struggle?
Yeah, why not?
Wait. What
It's called
pleasure do you get in
It's
it?
called hard work digging yourself out of a hole.
Hang on a minute, though. You, Dad, do seem like you get pleasure in the suffering of other people. Why is that?
Well, it depends on who the other people are.
Oh, don't.
It
bait
doesn't.
him.
It doesn't.
If it's
Human
the
suffering.
Chinese, if it's
No.
the Chinese and the Indians, I'm all for it.
Human suffering is human suffering.
No, it's not.
Why do you enjoy it?
I just told you why.
You didn't.
If they're Chinese or Indians, I'm
Right.
all for it. There's
Why?
too many of the motherfuckers on earth.
Oh my God.
Think about this. Think about that time in your life
God.
when you couldn't afford everything you needed, when you had to
They're
choose diapers or
2/3 of our
formula.
population. They're
Imagine
the
that
reason we have
time.
climate problems. They're the reason we have everything.
Imagine that time in your life
You talked over me this time. I was
when
still
you
talking.
Okay, babies.
when you could not afford both diapers and formula. Now imagine a fucking tariff where all of that goes up by $10, $15. What are you going to do?
You buy one or the other. You don't buy 3 or 4 or 5. Just like Trump did say, maybe this Christmas, $2 instead of 5 or whatever he said.
Instead of 30.
You've
He
gotta-
said this exactly. This was going to be one of my topics.
Right.
Well, maybe the children will have $2 instead of $30.
And you know what's
That is
weird?
insane.
He's just like out
Dad-
of touch with reality.
$30?
What's
Yes.
weird is a couple weeks ago, Dad said kind of the exact same thing. People will have to cut their spending back. I know people
But to
that get on
say it-
Amazon and boom, I want that. Boom, I want
But
that.
for
You got to
a
start
president-
thinking. You got to start budgeting. You
For a
can't just be
president.
automatic and click buttons and get stuff.
This is the leader of a country is
Right.
saying this year your children are going to have to get less for Christmas.
I think sometimes
That's abhorrent.
No, that's
No.
not what he said.
Yes. it
You're
is.
wrong. No, he did not.
He said, well,
He said
maybe the
instead
children
of-
will have
he said
$2
We'll get $2 instead of 30.
instead of
Quality of the $2
$30.
will be better than the 30.
Oh, okay. Did you
You
hear
forgot that little
Because
tidbit.
what? They'll have more
Said-
points of articulation.
Because you'll be
How are they
buying
gonna be
them
better?
from Americans, and
You're
they'll be
yelling.
better dolls.
You need
And
to
this
buy
is
2
coming-
American dolls.
And this is coming from a president worth billions at this point.
That's
Correct.
You guys can fucking suffer, but I'm gonna go sit in my fucking White House or Mar-a-Lago and go
My
play
private
golf.
club.
Yeah,
People are
my
going to pay me
private club.
500. That world leaders are going to pay me
So
$500,000
fuck
a
you
pop to
guys.
talk to me for 10 minutes.
It's a
Okay.
fuck you to America
All right.
because you don't
Yeah.
mean shit.
We can't.
I have
Yeah.
one more topic, and it involves Oklahoma. This week, ICE agents raided a home in Oklahoma City that was linked to the Lima Lopez transnational criminal organization, which allegedly trafficked individuals from countries including Guatemala, Mexico, Colombia, and China. The homeowner, Cydia Marlena Lima Lopez, is among 8 Guatemalan nationals indicted in connection with the smuggling network. But at the time of the raid, The residence was occupied by a U.S. citizen and her 3 daughters who had recently moved from Maryland. The family reported being forcibly removed from their home in their underwear during inclement weather, and that agents seized their electronic devices and all of their money. They stated that they attempted to inform the agents of their recent move and lack of connection to the previous occupants, but their pleas were disregarded. Dad, should ICE be able to raid the homes of U.S. citizens and steal their money?
Yes.
This
Why?
is the shit that's going to get
Because
people
the
shot.
house is what's corrupt.
Because what?
The house that they lived in was corrupt. Those people that
house.
moved into that house should have known that it was used for illegal activity.
You're blaming the
once you
mom.
open the door to illegal activity, now, God damn it, you guys sit here and tell me how I talk over you.
Put
You
your
two
face on
sons
the
of
camera.
bitches are sitting there right now talking over me.
We
I'm
can't
done.
see you. We can't see you. We got to make sure your face is in the camera when you're going on your rants. No, we're not talking over you. We're listening to you. You believe it's the house's fault?
No, I believe that what the house was used for is at fault. And the idiot from Maryland who moved into it not knowing that is an idiot and deserves to go find another house.
So a U.S. citizen who just made a mistake in living in a place that was linked
to
criminal activity.
Made a big mistake. It's just like if somebody owns a house and there's drug activity in it, they seize the house. Doesn't matter who's living in it.
Right. Have you ever made a mistake?
Yeah, we've talked about this. You know we have.
Not that big. You wouldn't find me moving into a fucking crack house.
What are you doing? What are you doing if ICE comes to your neighborhood and you see one of your neighbors get pulled out onto the lawn? What are you doing? And you know that there's nothing wrong.
I kind of suspected that son of a bitch.
Okay, number one, ICE, when they knocked down the door and went in and got these people, it was a mistake. It was a mistake. But you know what? I would rather see a mistake like that. And no one was injured. No one was hurt. They were scared out of their living, you know what, minds. I would rather see a mistake like that. And I'm pretty sure those people now will be set up and say, from our government, we're sorry, and all that stuff given back.
No.
But I would rather see that mistake than I'm talking.
I can't talk over you.
That's right. Than the people that were living there and what they were doing with illegals. Bringing them in illegally and running that type of business.
Yeah.
That's my.
Okay. So it's like got to break a few eggs, basically, is your.
It was a mistake. Mistakes like that are made
out of 600 and how many thousand people got deported? You're talking about a mistake on a woman and her 3 children who should have known better.
Right.
No, they
but
didn't
it's the
know
nature of the
better,
mistake.
Bob.
A mistake is
for that.
Well, they should have checked
listen.
it out.
Hang on a minute. A mistake is this. ICE shows up at the house, knocks on the door. Hi, it's ICE. Oh, sorry. I'm a U.S. resident. I'm living here. The people you're looking for aren't here. And ICE says, oh, sorry for the mistake.
Yeah, I'm going to
Have a
believe
nice
that.
night. Yeah, they kicked in the fucking door and dragged these people out in the rain in their underwear.
They're fucking Hispanic, and I'm going to believe them.
As ICE does that, and it is the real people in there, and they blow them away. So, there's 2 sides to this story, Chad.
There's only one side.
It was a mistake.
No
one got hurt, but I'd rather see this than what was going on in that house before.
But imagine this. Imagine like you guys have a bunch of guns. Imagine all you hear at your front door is somebody's trying to break in your front door. You would probably get your gun and start shooting.
You're arming.
Right?
You are.
So you shoot whoever's coming in. Oops, you just killed an ICE agent.
Yeah.
Now what? Now you're going to go to jail for life.
That's
and it was their mistake. That's going to happen.
You guys will be having a party.
That's going to happen here in Texas.
What? I doubt it.
You guys
Why
will be
would
having
we have
a party when we're
Why
in
would
jail.
you even say that?
Well, your name's on our stuff. You pull out all the money and go for it.
What?
What are you talking about?
We would not let people come in our front door at night.
Right, not even ICE agents, right? Right, including ICE agents.
I don't give a fuck who you are.
We don't care who they are.
Okay. So that is what's going to happen. At
But
one
also,
point,
our home has never housed a bunch of illegals that are selling dope.
This is
But
true.
this
you don't
opens
get it.
the
They weren't
door.
selling dope.
No,
This-
it doesn't open the fucking
this-
door.
Yes, it does. They have already
No.
said, White House official, ICE can come into your fucking house for no reason at all, no matter who you are.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It was a
Yes.
mistake.
I understand, but mistakes
on.
now are like, whatever, we can just make mistakes and it doesn't matter. Somebody is going to have a gun and ICE is going to try to come in their house and that person's going to kill an ICE agent, castle law, self-defense style. And then that person is either going to get gunned down by the rest of the ICE agents and it's going to be a huge national news story, or that person is going to go to jail for life. And that will also be it.
None of that happens.
Well, think about
Or
this.
none of that happens.
They
Sure.
are illegally
Or that.
deporting.
You always leave out the or that matters.
They are illegally deporting people to El
they're
Salvador. Yes, they are. So
When
if
they
they come
deport
to
that
my
woman,
house and they just
that
feel
woman
like
get
fucking
deported?
put me on a plane, they can. Do you think I'm going to let that happen? I'm not. You see an ICE agent at your door? What are you doing? What are you doing? You're
arming.
not taking me. You're not
I'm
fucking
waiting
taking
to
me.
See who's at my door. First of all, the odds that the ICE is coming to my front door are astronomical.
Moving on.
All right,
I want
well,
to
that
say
was
something
my,
real quick.
yeah, that was my last topic.
Do we have another segment?
No.
No. Okay.
It's okay, Dad. It'll be all right.
We lost a viewer. I'm so sad. I really am. She private messaged me. She said, I can't take it anymore.
I get those DMs all the time.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. But this wasn't just this. This is how it was stated.
Yeah.
I feel you need a facilitator. I feel the show is one-sided. I feel all you do is get Bob riled up and Mary Lou, and then all the libs go crazy online saying stuff about us.
Mhm.
I haven't read stuff online in a long time because it upsets me that bad too. Wishing Dad and me dead, taking us to the nursing home right now, all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So we lost a viewer, and I thought she was a really cool lady, and I'm going to miss her, and I'm sad. So I just wanted to say that. And the part about the nursing home, I have a very good friend right now dying in the nursing home.
Sure.
So you guys out there just keep saying that shit about me and Bob. Just keep saying it. So I hope maybe someday somebody loves you enough that your heart's not that sad.
Well, that's why me and Chad are here. We're never sending you to a nursing home.
Yeah. We
We're gonna
want to
take
continue
care of
talking to you.
Oh, bull.
What?
I don't know about that either. But
What? No, wait. You cannot sit here and fucking lie. I have
Oh my
conversations with you about this shit. I have told you that when we need to do this, that you can come live with me.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
But
I don't know.
all of this aside, when people are saying they're wishing you dead or they can't listen to it
It
because
doesn't
you're assholes or
matter.
whatever,
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
it's like you literally are, Dad, calling for genocide in almost every episode. It's like you can't pretend to be offended by people wanting you dead.
yeah.
You are
Right,
wishing death on
Sam,
half the
Sam.
world population.
Yeah.
I just said, hell, that's all bullshit.
I never thought this when you first started this podcast.
You
In
don't
fact,
even
wait
listen.
a minute. Let's go back to day one.
Okay.
Hey, Mom, if you want to start the Instagram and TikTok, whatever, I'm the one that started these. I did the social media and I started them, and you effing know that's true.
Yeah, of course.
But you said to me, it could get real ugly where people say mean things about you. Can you handle it? I thought I could. I don't know if I can anymore. It's getting
Don't
bad.
read it. Just don't read it. I get fucking death threats every day.
It's
I get
not-
called every name in the book.
All right.
I have stopped reading
Roll
that,
that
but I
shit
have good friends that then call me. They say, "Did you see? What are they saying about you?" They know that's not you. Why are they saying that?
Just don't read
Then
it.
I get friends all riled up over it.
Tell your friends not to read it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, it's everybody has their own relationship with social media. It's
I love everybody.
okay. I guess that's the end of this episode. What we are talking about, though, is kind of important because what you're talking about is the nature of parasocial relationships, where people are only seeing you through TikTok or Instagram or this show on YouTube or listening to the podcast or whatever. And they do only see this hour or so that we have these conversations. They make kind of
Remember,
snap judgments
everybody
about
that's
whatever.
listening, Big Mike is losing control.
Now, what this loser, what this viewer that we lost also said, she said, "I loved the episodes where you talked about your family and you laughed and you told stories.
Yeah.
She said, that's your family. Why can't we do one of those in between all this bullshit that we do?
We do one of those. Every once in a while, we do one of those.
Well,
we
let's
just did
do
one like 5 episodes ago. Okay.
All right.
She did one.
I love you, Chad. I love you, Haley. I love you, Bob. I love you, Kitty. I love you, Ellen.
And you love the viewer who has abandoned us.
Ellen's dying. Yep. And I do love her.
All right.
She's a sweet lady.
Well, I do
She
love
said I
you
could
all
live
as
with
well.
her.
I love
She
you,
said I
Dad.
could live with her. Go ahead.
The viewer invited you to come live with them?
Yeah. She said if I ever need a place to live, I could go there.
Okay,
Damn.
well, you have a
I'm not
place
getting
to
those
live.
offers.
It's in your
Okay.
home, and when you don't, you can live with me.
Okay.
That's fucking rude.
Yeah,
Why
shaking
wouldn't
your
you
head
want to
like
live
that?
with me?
I said okay. He's the one laughing. He's
No, I
fucker.
said no.
Why? Why?
You gotta live with us.
Jeez.
Would you want to live with us?
No.
Okay. Then throw it back at you.
All right. No matter where we all live and what combination of domiciles, I do love all of you. And I was talking about this podcast a little bit this weekend with some people and just like why we do it. To me, there is, and I get these DMs constantly. They're like, cut them off. They're piles of shit.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da. That to me is the problem.
Yeah.
It's why the country is the way it is, because there are these two opposed ideologies, and it's like the other side is evil, fuck them, don't give them a platform, et cetera, et cetera. I think
That's
that
you.
is, huh?
That's you.
That's
You're
me.
the other side. You're evil. Fuck them. Don't give them a podcast.
Yeah, I'm saying each side views the other side just like that. And I think that that's part of the problem, that we can't view the other side as human beings anymore. And
But
therefore
is it all politics you're talking about?
yes,
Yeah, just all politics.
everything is politicized. There's
So
nothing
if we don't
that you
talk politics, we're okay.
right, but politics are kind of important, especially at this moment in this country, in
Well,
the world.
Politics
No.
are intertwined with almost everything that we do, from my healthcare to all of my queer friends. Like it's intertwined. You can't avoid it.
To the TV show Dad's watching right now.
The
Not
glory,
watching.
it says the glory world by something. He's watching some religious channel.
Ain't watching nothing.
All
The
right.
spiritual toolbox filled with practical keys for breaking through. Behold God's glory. I swear to God, that's what
That's
you're
what you're watching right now? Holy shit. Okay, well,
And y'all think we don't believe in God.
The glory void.
Okay.
Is this like a Newsmax thing? Like an
No.
offshoot of Newsmax? Yeah.
what channel is it on?
Okay.
What
It's
channel is it on?
Newsmax. All right. Love you guys.
Oh, you motherfuckers. I love you Newsmax watching assholes too. Thank you everybody for joining us. Thank you for all the DMs, whether they're mean or not. And again, send in those questions in a 1 minute or shorter video format to the necessaryconversationpod@gmail.com. We will be back next week, and we will be recording earlier next week. I'm sorry I had to go to DePaul and do an academic presentation.
Mom, I love you. Dad, I love you. Chad, I love you. Here's my gang tattoos.
MS-13, I see it.
Yeah.
That literally says MS-13.
M13. I see it. I would go hide if I were you. We couldn't get you out if you went, so be careful. Quit it. It's not funny anymore.
Got them here too. Got them everywhere. Look at that.
I know you do. It's enough.
All right.
Mom, I'll
Well-
only get one tattoo. Don't worry about it.
I was
Promise
a
is
teenager.
made.
I was a
Promise is not
teenager.
kept.
You're a liar.
Promise is made, but not kept.
Okay. All
Okay.
right. Well, I have another one coming on Saturday, so.
What is it?
M13 one.
It's a giant back piece of Kilmar Abrigo Garcia.
You
Is
know
his
it.
face.
How
The,
about
the Gulf of
coming.
Mexico.
Luigiani? Luigiani? I can't say
Luigiani. Are you getting
Louis-
Luigiani?
that. What's his name? He could be sentenced
Luigiani.
to death. Luigiani. He could be sentenced to death.
Luigi Mangiano. Luigi Mangiano.
Luigi.
Yeah.
Where's that going?
I'm done.
Luigiani.
All right.
He's
We
gotta
will
pull
see
down the-
you all next week.